Hi, I'm Paul Chartier. Thanks for tuning into Heart of Gold. We're entering our 10th year on Heart of Gold. We want to thank our friends at Channel 27 for every month donating production time. They're great friends of ours, and thank you to everybody at Channel 27. So, we are here with Margaret McCoskey. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Paul.
You are part of an expo named I Know Expo.
Correct.
And it's been going on for not a long time, but tell people a little bit about the expo.
I'd love to. Thank you for the opportunity. I think the general public will really benefit from this. Yes, we are young. This year will be our third year. It's an annual expo that is geared for caregivers of persons that are older, disabled, spouses taking care of spouses. And it really was an offshoot from the founder of the ITN Transportation Network, Gail Reese.
Yes.
And they discovered that in transporting individuals, a lot of them older or disabled, they began to ask questions. Well, what resources here for Medicaid or legal issues? And they realized we're not qualified to answer that. So Gail Reese came up with the idea of a one-time shopping, if you will, where persons could come at a venue and get all sorts of information and gathered at one time. And so that really was the growth. So this year, April 12th, at the Lexington Center, it's a Sunday afternoon from 12 to 5. Persons can come down, and we're going to have 80+ exhibitors, guest speakers. So it's a good opportunity to maybe get resources that individuals are looking for.
So this is a young expo for older people.
Exactly, well put.
Okay. Do you have a website that people could go to find out more information?
Absolutely. www.iknowexpo, IKNOWEXPO, that's it, .org.
And whose phone number is that?
That is actually the phone number of Gail Reese.
Okay. And as you mentioned, Gail, I'm not sure if she founded the ITN.
She did.
Talk a little bit about that and then how it
Yes.
blossomed into this.
Yes, well, the ITN Bluegrass Transportation Network is a national program, but you do have to apply for it. There are certain standards you have to meet, and again, it's nonprofit. So again, as I say, in giving rides to some of their clients, who a lot of them are older and many disabled, they realized, oh, we need to educate ourselves as well as the general public about other resources, not just transportation. Although, having said that, transportation is a big, big issue,
Yes.
as most of us are aware of.
But the complexities of getting older and, you know, their children don't really know the complexities of what's needed for their parent to talk about insurance and talk about senior living and talk about those things. So at the expo, what kind of exhibitors are going to be there?
Yes, you're right on target. We will have exhibitors, 80+ exhibitors this year from all aspects in the field of aging. Legal, attorneys, caregiving, Sanders Brown Center on Aging, talking about overall health as well as dementia. It's a big issue right now with a lot of caregivers. We have home health agencies, home care, the various alternative living communities around town, of which there's quite a few now, fortunately for all of us. Adult days, durable medical equipment. If somebody needs, maybe they're thinking of trying to stay at home longer and we need to maybe renovate the bathroom. So we'll have someone there talking about or giving some information about how do you go about renovating a bathroom to make it accessible for an older person or a disabled person.
Well, cheers to Gail for coming up
Absolutely.
with this idea.
Absolutely.
Because having a dad that's 86, I don't know where to go and what to do to take care of his needs and concerns. But
Right.
to be able to go someplace on one date is fantastic. Do you know yet the speakers that might be there on that Sunday?
Yes, we have some of the speakers already committed, which we're very excited. We will have, well, let me back up and say our big sponsor is UK Healthcare. So from that, we're able to have this year Dr. Jica, Dr. Gregory Jica will be speaking, and he's very, very excellent and informed if you need dementia specific questions. We will have Sanders Brown Center on Aging represented, and one of those speakers will be Marie Smart, who has been a social worker at Sanders Brown probably close to 20 years. She's a friend, I think I can say that. And we will have an attorney talking about elder law issues. I believe the Social Security Office is going to have a speaker talking about Social Security and what you need to do to apply and or Medicaid, changes in. It's just a variety. The area agency on aging, Mary Crowley Schmidt, and a couple others will be there talking about home care problems and what the AAA can do for you. So the speaker, we have 2 speaker sessions, one from, I believe it's 1 to 2:15, and then we replicate those same topics from 3 to 4:15.
Good idea.
So you don't have to stay the whole day if there's somebody you want to hear at 3 o'clock.
This is a great idea for a lot of reasons, that in one day you can capture the needs of the elderly.
Absolutely.
And this program exists to respect children that can't take care of themselves and the elderly, and to have, and our next guests are going to be talking about children, but to be talking about the elderly and the respect that they deserve after a long, productive life.
Yes.
And again, to wake up and think, where do I go, what do I do, who do I talk to, and not know the answer. I'm excited about your expo.
Oh, well, thank you, Paul. I hope the public will be, and I do need to say it is free.
I was going to ask you.
So
Okay.
that's the best part of the
Okay.
whole expo. And again, we're able to do that for the public from the generosity and the participation of our sponsors, our exhibitors, and then we have community partners who
Talk about who they
the
are.
community
Yes.
partners are Sanders Brown Center on Aging, the Mayor's Commission on Citizens with Disabilities, ITN Bluegrass, and I'm leaving somebody out. I've got them right here.
Cumberland Valley Bank?
Well, they are a sponsor.
Okay.
Community partners they provide the infrastructure for us.
Okay.
Personnel, copying, and printing and mailing. That's just so important to put on an exhibit like this free of charge.
And
so
thank God for them.
Yes, yes. So it takes everybody. It takes a village. And the goal, of course, is to be able to provide this free of charge for individuals.
Well, that is a nice service. Give the date again and the location.
Absolutely. April 12th, Sunday, April 12th, at the Lexington Center from 12 to 5. And I do want to say there will be free parking in the lot across from the center. Maybe you park there for the ball games, and it will be free and open that day. And we will have students, we have volunteer students. I think we've got about 20 to 25 volunteer students from UK that will be helping people get in, find parking places, and we will have a little shuttle from the parking lot to the door. So,
And if people can't walk that well, can they enter off of Main Street to drop off right there? And then go park the car. And then go park the car.
They could, but I would recommend the High Street, Paul. Good question. I would recommend the High Street because that's where all of our volunteers will be, and there is a drop-off area there, and we will be on the 3rd level, and that's the level you walk into from High Street.
This event takes a lot of volunteers. How many people volunteer for this?
We have probably I'd say a couple dozen at least, and then the committee, and of course we're all volunteers.
Of course. And this is your 3rd year.
This will be our 3rd year.
In the last few minutes, talk about how many people you've served and maybe some of the feedback you received from people that have attended.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Last year we had recorded over 750 people come through.
Wow.
So it let us know and from the evaluations. We do ask for evaluations. It let us know that we're on the right track. There's such a need. People
Yes.
are thirsting
Yeah.
for this kind of information. So we're tickled to death to be able to provide it.
And the feedback is what? Do they tell you then what they want to hear next year, or how do you pick your topics?
Yes, sometimes they do, absolutely. We do ask, we do the evaluation, but mostly we try to get a varied lot of exhibitors and speakers, covering a wide range from, as I said, legal matters to caregiving to renovating, eyesight, hearing places. Just the list just goes on and on. So that we never know what might be our particular need this year for our parent. Next year it might be something different. But if you've already been introduced to an agency or a company that provides that, you're steps ahead.
And for people watching on channel 3 or 14 to go on Facebook and find Heart of Gold and send that link to their parents or people that they know.
Absolutely.
And
be
talk
wonderful.
about this wonderful event. And again, in closing, please give the website and address, and we'll do that in closing.
I would love to. Thank you,
you.
Paul. The website is www.iknowexpo.org. There is also an information link, info@iknowexpo.org. And then a number, if you would rather do the phone, 859-227-9692.
And you may catch the owner of that phone on some vacation, but she'll be back in time for the expo.
And she probably will answer on vacation.
Margaret, this is great information. Thank you to you and your team for providing such an invaluable service. I can't wait to go. It'll be fun.
Wonderful.
To go.
Look forward to
Margaret
seeing you
McCoskey,
there.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul.
We'll be right back on Heart of Gold. Thanks for watching.